DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
Good day. This is DFA Online and I'm your host, Steph Vicente. The Philippine Embassy in Mexico has wrapped up the 10th and final episode of its virtual series, La Historia Olvidada Filipinas-Mexico 2025. The online event was held on November 28 via Zoom with around 70 participants, including viewers on the embassy's YouTube channel. The guest speaker was Dr. Oswald Sales Colin Cortajarena, a professor and researcher from the Universidad Autónoma Metropolitana in Mexico. Dr. Sales Colin began by describing pre-Hispanic Philippine society where women were respected, independent, and often served as spiritual leaders, quite different from the ideals promoted by Spanish Catholic rule. According to Dr. Sales Colin's lecture, the Spanish crown created the Colegio as the first educational institution for women in the Philippines. Its main purpose was to support Spain's efforts to Christianize the country, focusing on teaching catechism and encouraging the baptism of women, especially those who resisted Spanish influence. Dr. Sales Colin also explained how the Colegio changed over time. It started as a school to prepare young girls for marriage, but later became a refuge for women without male guardians, including orphaned daughters of soldiers, poor mestizas, widows, and elderly women.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
In other news stories, Philippine ambassador to Switzerland and non-resident ambassador to Liechtenstein, Bernard Faustino D., led a warm celebration of 30 years of diplomatic relations between the Philippines and Liechtenstein. The event, held on November 22 in Eschen, brought together Filipinos and locals for an evening of Filipino food and music. Philippine Honorary Consul Alexander Ospelt and more than 100 guests from Liechtenstein and nearby Swiss areas like St. Gallen and Zurich attended. Filipino-Swiss singer-songwriter Stella Cruz opened the program with several of her original songs, including Butil, Horizon, When I Hold You, Can I Be True, Limit, and Good Food, all inspired by her Filipino heritage and time spent in the Philippines. This was followed by Filipina composer and performer Anya Lagman, who entertained the crowd with classic OPM hits such as Ryan Cayabyab's Kay Ganda ng Ating Musika and Umagang Kay Ganda. She also performed her own composition, Iisang Puso, the Bagong Pilipinas anthem. To highlight Filipino cuisine and support creative industries, the embassy featured Rosie's Kitchen, the only Filipino restaurant in Vaduz. Owner Rosemary Keller served a selection of pansit along with her signature adobo and Bicol Express. Guests also enjoyed traditional homemade Filipino dishes like lumpia, tortang giniling, munggo, chop suey, and various kakanin plus desserts such as biko, cassava cake, egg pie, and leche flan.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And finally, the city of Baguio has been honored on the global stage. During the closing ceremony of the Terran Urban Summit 2025 on November 29, Baguio received a Certificate of Achievement for Urban Resilience through Digital Innovation. The award was part of the 6th Terran Golden Adobe Global Awards, which recognize top urban projects worldwide. This year, only 3 international cities were honored: Baguio in the Philippines, Dubai in the UAE, and Kazan in Russia. The summit, held from November 26 to 29, brought together mayors, urban leaders, policymakers, and international organizations. It took place at the historic Baladie building, the former City Hall of Tehran, and was organized by the Tehran Municipality's International Affairs Department together with the Asian Mayors Forum. Philippine Ambassador to Iran, Roberto Manalo, accepted the award on Baguio's behalf. The recognition was presented by Tehran Mayor Alireza Zakani and Asian Mayors Forum Secretary General Hamid Reza Gholamzadeh. Ambassador Manalo, who is originally from Baguio, shared that he lived in the city during his college years at UP Baguio and began his public service career there before joining the Philippine Department of Foreign Affairs.
DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.
And that concludes today's edition of DFA Online for Radyo Pilipinas World Service. This has been Steph Vicente. Good day and stay safe, everyone.
DFA Online. News and events from different Philippine embassies and consulates around the world. DFA Online. Here on Radyo Pilipinas World Service.